So now this video discusses on how we can solve the fraction equations. So now if we say the fraction equations, these are the equations of fractions. Let's say if we have 2x and the minus 1 divided by 5 is equal to 2. So how should we be able to solve for x in this case? This is the typical fraction equation. Then now we should have to apply the principle of cross multiplication, in the sense that we have 2 times 5, that is given as 10, which is equal to 1 times 2x minus 1. That will be given as 10 is equal to 1 times 2x, that is 2x, and 1 times negative 1, it is the same as the negative 1. Then we'll have the like terms, we'll have 10 plus 1, that is equal to 2x. So in this case we'll have it as 2x being equal to 11. Then x will be given as the 11 divided by 2. So that's how we can solve that. On that board, let's say if we have this, let's say if we have 4 over, let's say 3x, and then minus, let's say 1 over x minus 1, and which is equal to, let's say x minus 1, which is equal to, let's say 1 over 4x. So how do you think you can solve for x in this case? So there are two methods that we can think of in order to solve for x. And the first method is that we should have to express these two equations, actually these two fractions, as the single fraction. And what is the common factor? What is the common denominator for these two denominators? And we'll have it as, that is 3x and the times x minus 1. These are the common denominators. Then x minus 1 to x minus 1 will have it as 1 times 3x, so have it as 3x here. And the 3x into this will have it as 4 times x minus 1. And that will be equal to 1 over 4x. And that is now have to expand here. That will be given as, should be 4x minus 4 minus 3x, that divide by 3x times x minus 1, that will be equal to 1 over 4x. Then the like terms will have it as x minus 4, that divide by 3x times x minus 1. That will be given as equal to 4, actually equal to 1 over 4. Then now what will go up next? As you can see, we'll have to cross multiply. We'll have it as 4x and the times x minus, should be 4, and which is equal to, we have 1 times 3x times x minus, it should be 1. That is the same as, should be 4x squared and minus 4x, which is equal to, we'll have to distribute 3x inside, and we'll have 1 times 3x times x, that is 3x squared, and the 3x times negative 1, that is negative 3x. And we'll have to distribute 1, that will be given as, we'll have 4x squared minus 4x, which is equal to 1 times 3x squared, that is 3x squared, and 1 times negative 3x, that is negative 3x. Now have, as you can see, in this case we'll have it as, having the like terms, we'll have it as 4x squared and plus 3x squared, and minus 4x plus 3x, and which is equal to 0. Now we have it as, should be 7x squared, and that is minus x, which is equal to 0. Then we should have to factor out x, which is the common factor. We'll have it as 7x minus 1, which is equal to 0. Hence we have x being given as 0, or we have 7x minus 1, that will be equal to 0. Hence, in this case the 7x will be equal to 1. Then upon dividing both sides by 7, we'll have x being given as 1 over 7. So we have two solutions for x in that way. And what if we have, let's say, something like this. Let's say if we have 9 over, let's say, x plus 3, and which is equal to 16 divided by, let's say, 2x minus 1. And by the way, I didn't specify about the another method that we can use, and for the previous example. Let me take it back. Let me just have to do it actually for okay. Having this case, we can think of applying the principle of cross multiplication, which is okay, but let's use the another method that I didn't use in the previous example. But for this case, we can use the principle of the common denominator. Now we have the denominator as x plus 3 and 2x minus 1. That is, and what is the common denominator? We have it as x plus 3 and the times 2x minus 1, like that. And 2x minus 1 into this, so have it as x plus 3 times 16. X plus 3 times 16. And we'll have equal to sign here. Then x plus 3 into this, we'll have it as 2x minus 1 and times 9. It should be that. And for this case, we just have to ignore the common denominator. We just have to pick the numerators here. So have it as 9 times 2x minus 1, which is equal to 16 times x plus 3. Then from here we just have to expand. That is 9 times 2x, that is 18x. And then minus 9, which is equal to 16x, that is 16x. And plus, what is 3 times 16? So 3 times 16, that can be given as, should be 48x, should be 48 rather. And having the like terms, we'll have it as 18x and minus 16x, and which is equal to 48 and plus 9. So what is the 18 minus 16? We'll have it as, should be 2x, and which is equal to, and 48 plus 9, that is 57. So have something about 57 and divide by 2, and we should have it as x and equal to 57 divided by 2. Of course, you can also express that in a decimal form. Have it out there. And what if, let's say, if we have something like this? Let's say if we have something about, should be 2x, and plus, let's say 9 over 5, and which is equal to, we have 11, negative 11 over 5, and that times x plus, and that should be 51. So how do you think we should solve for x here? So now, first thing, we should have to express this as the single fraction, and keep in mind that having 2x, it is the same as 2x over 1. Then what is the common denominator? So have 5, and 5 into 5, that is 1. The 1 times 9, that is 9, and the plus 1 into 5, that is 5. 5 times 2x, that is 10x. We'll have 10x here, and which is equal to, and we can also have to, by the way, we should have a negative 11 over 5 times x plus, let's say, 51. And in this case, we have it as 10x plus 9, since they are unlike terms, and which is equal to negative, x plus 51 divided by 5. It is the same as that. And we can also think of having the cross multiplication, which is okay, or using the principle of the common active denominator. Whatever the way, let's think of having the common denominator here, which is given as 5. And 5 into 5, that is given as 1, and 1 times that, we'll have negative 11 and x plus 51. and here we have should be 10x plus 9. Then from there we just have to ignore the denominator. We'll have it as 10x and plus 9, which is equal to negative x plus 51. And I'll have the 10x plus 9, which is equal to, just have to expand, just have to distribute negative 11, that is a negative 11x, and the minus, what is negative 11? And that should be times 51. So negative 11 times 51, that is negative 56 one, to have that. And having the like terms, so have 10x and plus 11x, that is equal to negative 561 and the minus 9. So in this case, this one will be given as 21x, that will be equal to, now what is negative 561 plus negative 9, that will be given as the negative 570, like that. Then we'll have to divide both sides by 21, we'll have it as negative 57 divided by 21. So that is the solution. And let's say if we have this as well, so how do you think we can have it? Let's say if we have something about, let's say, a 3x, and that divided by, let's say, x minus 2, and which is equal to 1 plus, let's say, 6 over x minus 2. So how do you think we should have this? And first of all, we should have to express this as the single fraction. And now in this case, what is the common denominator? So 3x divided by x minus 2, and which is equal to, what is the common denominator? We have it as x minus 2. And x minus 2 into x minus 2, that is 1. And 1 times 6, that is 6. You have plus here. And 1 into this, we'll have it as x minus 2. In times 1, it is the same as x minus 2. And in this case, we'll have it as 3x divided by x minus 2, which is equal to, having the like terms here, we can have it as should be 4. So have x plus 4, and that divide by x minus 2, like that. And how should you have it next? So we can think of using the principle of cross multiplication, or the principle of the common denominator, whatever the way. But let's think of using the principle of the common, should be a cross multiplication. So in this case, we'll have it as 3x times x minus 2, that will be equal to x minus 2, and that times x plus 4, like that. And we'll have it as 3x squared minus 3x, should be 6x rather. We should have it as 6x, which is equal to x times x, that is x squared. And x times positive 4x, actually positive 4, that is positive 4x. And negative 2 times x, that is negative 2x. And x times 4, that is 4x. That should be, what is that? Negative 4 times, negative 2 times 4, that is negative 8. So have it as negative 8. Then we'll have 3x squared minus 6x, that will be equal to x squared and plus 2x minus 8. And having the like terms, we'll have it as 3x squared and minus x squared minus 6x and minus 2x and plus 8, that is equal to 0. So we should have it as 2x squared and minus 8x plus 8, that will be equal to 0. And now what we have, it's a quadratic equation. And let's see how we can solve it. And B, actually, work conversant with solving with the methods that are used to solve the quadratic equations, the likes of the factor method, a completing square method, and even that of the quadratic formula. So you can see that we have 288. And what is the common factor here? So you can have to simplify further. I'll have it as that will have x squared and minus 4x plus 4, that is equal to 0. Like that. Then decide which method should you use to solve for x here. So proceed that on your own and appreciate how you can have it. Let's say if we have something like this. What if let's say we can have 3 over 2x minus 4. And let's say minus 5 over should be x plus 3. That which is equal to 2 over x minus 2. So how do you think we should have to solve for this? So we should have to express, let's say, these two fractions as the single fraction. And hence we'll have what is the common denominator. We'll have it as 2x minus 4 and it times x plus 3. That which is equal to 2 over x minus 2, of course. And that 2x minus 4 into this, we'll have it as, now we have 3 times x plus 3 in the minus, and 3 actually x plus 3 into this, we'll have it as 5 times 2x minus 4. We can have it as that. Then we'll have to expand here. That will be given as 3x and plus 9, that is minus 10x and plus 20, and which is over 2x minus 4 times should be x plus 3. That will be equal to 2 over x minus 2, like that. And having the like terms together on top, what will be the next thing to? Now in this case we'll have it as 3x and the negative 10x, that will be given as the negative 7x. So have negative 7x and 9 should be a positive 9, positive 20, that is a positive 29, and divided by 2x minus 4, and that is times x plus 3, which is equal to 2 over x minus 2, like that. Then now we can use the principle of the cross multiplication. That will be given as x minus 2 and it times negative x and plus 29. That will be equal to 2 times 2 times c, that is 2x minus 4 and it times x plus 3, like that. So in this case we'll have to expand. We'll have it as x times negative 7x, that is negative 7x squared, and x times a positive 29, we have it as 29x, and negative 2 times negative 7x, that is a positive 14x, and negative 2 times positive 29, we have it as 58. Should be negative 58. So it should be negative 58, which is equal to 2 times. Then we should have to expand inside there. That will be given as 2x times x, that is 2x squared. The 2x times 3, that is 6x. And the negative should be 4x and the negative 12. We'll have that. Then we'll have negative x squared and plus 29x and plus 14x. So what would be that? So 29 and plus 14, that is 43. 43x and the minus 59, which is equal to 2 times. So I have 2x squared and we have it as 2x and that is a minus 12 like that. Then we have to distribute 2. That will be given as negative 7x squared, and that plus for the 3x minus 59, that will be equal to now half 4x squared, and minus 4x and the minus 24. And then take it from here. How should you have to solve for x here? So try to proceed down on on your own. And let's say if we can have this, how do you think you can solve for that one? Let's say if we have 3 plus 5x that divided by, let's say, 5, which is equal to 4 minus x over 7. So in this case, the principle remains the same. Let's think of using the crossing multiplication. Have it as 5 times 4 minus x, that is which is equal to 7 times 3 plus 5x, like that. That is 20 minus 5x, that which is equal to 21 plus 35x. Then take it from there. How should you have solve x? And how about, let's say, if we have 2x divided by, let's say, 2x plus 3, and that plus, let's say, 6 over, let's say, 4x plus, that is 6, which is equal to 5. So how do you think we should have solve x in this case? Now principle remains the same. Let's have to express these two fractions as the single fraction. And what is the common actually denominator? We have it as, and sometimes you need to have the critical eyes, in the sense that, as you can see, this is the denominator, which is 2x plus 3, and this is also the denominator, which is 4x plus 3, should be 6. But if you factorize this one, we'll have the component which is similar to this, and say having 4x plus 6, you see that it is the same as having it as 2 times 2x plus 3. This one is the same as this, so hence the common denominator will be given as 2 times 2x plus 3. You need to be very careful with some cases. You just have to do things unnecessarily. Just have to be well conversant with the aspect of whatever it is happening. So in this case, we'll have 3x up to 2x plus 3 into this. We'll have it as 2 times 2x, that is 4x. And the plus. Now for this case, you see that having this into this, it also be the same as 1, because having this one, it is the same as that one. So we'll have it as 1. So we'll have 1 times 6, that is 6, which is equal to 5 of 1. Of which I understand, even if we can use the same to say that the common denominators are 2x plus 3 times, let's say, 4x plus 6. Of course, it will be the same. It can be the same. It can be the same either way. So in this case, we'll have to cross multiply. We'll have it as 1 times all these. We'll have it as 4x plus 6, which is equal to, we'll have 5 times 2 times 2x plus 3, like that. Then we'll have 4x plus 6, that will be equal to 5 times, so half x plus 6. Then take it from here, how you should have solve x, as you can see. And how about, let's say, if we have something like this? Let's say you should have, let's say, 2 over 2x plus 5, and which is plus 3 over, let's say, 2x minus 5. That should be equal to, let's say, 10x plus 5, and that divided by 4x squared and the minus 25. So how do you think we should have solved for that one? So try that at your own time. And what about, let's say, if we can have, let's say this case, let's say if we have 1 over, let's say x plus 4, and that is plus 3 over, let's say x minus 4, that which is equal to 3x, and plus 8 divided by, let's say x squared minus 16. How do you think we should have to solve for that one? And also let's try to have 3 over 7x minus 2, that which is equal to 9 over 3x, and plus 1. How do you think we should have to solve for that? You also try to appreciate the following equations and see how you can make it up. Let's say if we have, should be 21 times, that is x plus 4, and divide by, let's say 54, that which is equal to 2 times x plus 9, and divide by 6, and we should have something about plus 11 there. So how do you think we should have it there? And also try to have, let's say if we have 2 is equal, 3x minus 2, which is divided by 5. How should you have solve for x? As you can see. And what if, let's say we have for something like, should be x, which is divided by negative 1 over 9, which is equal to 9. How do you think we should have solve for x there? So try to have those cases. And also, how do you think if you can have, let's say, a plus 3 over, should be 4, which is equal to 1 over 2. And how do you think we should have to solve for it at that point? And what if, let's say, if we can have this? Let's say if we have 7 over 3, in the times, let's say 1 over 2x, and the minus 10 over 3, and which is equal to, let's say, negative 35 divided by 3, and same minus 1 over 2 should be x. So how do you think we should have solve x there? You also try to understand this thing as well. Let's say if we have 29 over, that is 18, and plus 1 over 2x, and which is equal to, let's say, negative 5 over 3, and x plus, let's say, 1 over 3. So how do you think we should have solve for that? And try that one at your own time as well, and appreciate how you can have those. And also, let's say if we have a case like 8 over, should be 6x plus 12, and which is equal to negative, let's say, 11 over, let's say, 7x minus 10. And how should you have to solve for that one? And let's say if we have something about, let's say, there should be 1 over 2, and the times 2x minus has to be 6 times, that which is equal to, let's say, 1 over 4, and times, let's say, 8 minus should be 12x. So how should you have solve for x there? And let's say if you can have something about, let's say, 2x minus 9 divided by, let's say, 3x plus 10, that is equal to 1 over x minus 1. So try to solve for x at that point. So that's how you should have to understand about the solving, fraction equations. So don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That is, and also don't forget to follow me on a TikTok. That is a GB Analytical School of Science. Thank you.